Yo guys, it's Haxor here, bringing you a video about the MC5 update. Today's video we will be focusing on the armor overhaul that did happen in this update. If you're wondering what armor overhaul, what's changed with the armor? A lot has changed with the armor. So if you actually downloaded the update and you got into a match right away, you were pretty much at a disadvantage that entire time. Let's actually get right into that, explain what has changed, what is different about this so far. So if we take a look at this so far, right here we have recon gear. Before, recon gear would give you a perk if you had the full recon gear. It made you invisible in free-for-all. It made you look like a teammate in a team battle or any other team-based game mode. That is no longer the case. Wearing the full set of armor does not give you that perk anymore. They have now changed how you get those perks for armors, and you can now get them through armor cores. There are 3 different types of armor cores: offensive, defensive, and utility. So all the perks are separated into different kinds of tiers like that, just so you can't combine a ton of defensive ones together to make a super tank. Just so you have to have a few other mixes and matches with offensive and defensive bonuses. Now I do like this system. I do like how it allows you to have the customizability to equip more perks, to equip different perks. I like how it doesn't lock a certain perk to a certain armor anymore. However, that can also be a good and bad thing. So if we take a look at recon gear, it has very low damage reduction, very low bullet and explosive protection compared to something like kimono or something like Oni armor. You can see all the extra bullet and explosive reduction that you did get from that. Reason why a lot of people liked using this armor before, same thing goes with the US Patriot. A lot of reasons why people liked using this armor before is because the perk for it was extremely good. People liked being invisible in free-for-all. They were fine if they had the lower defense. They were fine if they had the not bonus HP. That's why they would leave themselves a bit more vulnerable to have this bonus perk. Now that you don't need to have that bonus perk on that armor, and it kind of makes this armor pointless to use. If we take a look here, you can see there are multiple tiers of armors. It goes from tier 1 all the way to tier 5, and the more tiers you get, the more perks you can equip. So why would you use an armor that's tier 1, that has barely any protection, barely any perks, when you could use something that is tier 5, get a ton more perks, mix and match? US Patriot, that gave you an armor or a perk before that if you got 3 kills you would get all your kill streaks at the beginning of the match. I can now have that on Oni. I can have the speed bonus from Legion armor. I can have the glutton bonus from the kimono armor, yokai from the Oni armor, the damage reduction, even more damage reduction than the damage reduction that is given here, and the infiltrator, making you invisible in free-for-all. You can mix and match up pretty much everything, make what I would say are kind of unbalanced combos. One other thing that kind of unbalances it is, like I was saying, the armor tiers. There's no point in using this. You get 2 perks plus the helmet perk. When with this you get 5 perks plus the helmet perk. Now, talking about helmets or masks real quick, there is no point in using a mask anymore. Before, using a mask, it would kind of give you a slight perk if you didn't have a full set of armor. So maybe that still is a use case for it. If you don't have a full set of armor, you could still have a mask on to do something. However, why would you have a mask on that gives you a downside? As you see, -5 weapon score or maybe -1 grenade, when you could have bonus speed, or you could have an extra recon perk on one set of armor. So this is going to give me the bonus perk from this, so more damage to snipers. I will also have the bonus speed. I'll also have the bonus making you invisible in free-for-all. Yeah, there's no point in using masks. That's one thing that I really kind of disappointed about with this update. I know a lot of people didn't use masks before. However, I used to actually use them. So let's say if I take a look at my support class. Right now my support class is all messed up because I was fooling around with this update. Before, I would use support class just for the fact that it has a quite a good perk on it. So if I equipped the mask before, it would give you 5% more damage to recon players, all that kind of stuff. Or I would use the Fangs masks, which gave you 5% more accuracy bonus. There's not a point in me using the Fangs mask anymore. 5% accuracy? Who needs 5% accuracy? If I equip one of these, I go find the recon perk right here, or the support perk. Let's see, where's it at? Increases weapon accuracy. It's not as much as the perk from the mask. However, that is where the tiers of these do come in. As you see, all these are Mark 1. At least most of them are Mark 1. Some of them are Mark 5 because they are they're fully upgraded, or they don't get any bonuses if you could upgrade them at all. So let's say I wanted to upgrade my reloader right here. I would get a better accuracy bonus. So at level 2, it would get 4% more accuracy. Level 3 would get 6 more. Level 4 would get 8% more. And level 5, it would get 10% more accuracy. So you can get some pretty crazy perks. You can upgrade these perks to make you even stronger of a soldier. You could upgrade these by taking cores from other things. So any of these cores, I could just mix and match. I could just fuse them together and get the bonus. How do you get more cores? If you're asking, you would go and find a combat pack. You would open the combat pack, and when you open the combat pack, you have a very, very, very high chance of finding cores. Cores are separated depending on rarity, so there are different tiers of core rarity. There's an ad. Oh boy. Get out of there. Hey, nice. So as you see, there's different marks for it. There's also different tiers. There's a common, there's unusual, I believe there's like rare, so epic. So epic, we got a lot of epic ones right there. Let's find some not epic ones. So I got a lot of epic ones here. We have common, and then we have a standard one, which are, these are actually, never mind, these are rare, never mind. So rare, epic, and we have common. So rare, epic, and common. Epic is the best, rare is a bit better. Actually, wait, no. Common's the easiest to get, rare is a bit easier, and epic is the best you can get. So depending on how common or rare it is, it will be harder to find in the combat packs, but you still can find them. So let's say you didn't have the perk from, let's say you didn't have a full set of armor of kimono before, and you just had like standard support gear. If you found a core that came from the kimono armor before, which pretty much what this did before is it gave you more HP, you could equip this on the lower tier. So it kind of does make the lower tiers armor kind of, it does give them a slight bonus. However, it still does skew the balance very highly towards all of these. So like I was saying, you could have more HP, you could have more bullet resistance. All of these can be upgraded as well. So if you want even more bullet resistance, you could upgrade this to Mark 5. If you want more HP, you could upgrade the HP one to Mark 5 as well. At Mark 5, this gives you as much HP as Paragon, 40% bonus just by having this on. One of the reasons why people didn't like the Paragon before is the amount of HP it did give you. Well, now the higher the cores you get, the more HP you can get. And I've already been seeing this a lot. I've already been seeing a lot of people using these extra 30% HP bonuses, not even with the older armors. Well, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people did like the werewolf armor before, is it gave you the bonus. But now, since the bonus is irrelevant to that armor, I feel like no one's gonna be using the weaker tier armors. Everyone's gonna be using the higher tier armors, and it's gonna kind of throw off the balance of pretty much what people are using for the gameplay. Same thing kind of happened when they did introduce the tier system for the weapons. So like, you never see someone using a Sodaw unless you're like a very, very low level. If you have something higher tier, there's a very high chance you're going to use it, unless you just like a weapon for preference like I do. Like for example, I do enjoy the Mark IV staining, but that's because the staining still does a good amount of damage. But like, it only has 4 things compared to the 7 from this right here. It's not even fully upgraded. I could upgrade it more, but that's going to be for some other time. But yeah, cores, they're good. They let you have more customizability for your armors. You're not really locked to a certain set of armor to get perks anymore. Downside is the tiers of armors. The higher the tier you get, the more perks you could have. You could have also higher tiers of perks. So the higher the tiers of perks, the better off you are. If you have a higher tier perk, if you have a higher tier armor, you're going to have a definite advantage over another player, not including any skill involved in the game. That pretty much covers everything for this update. I know that was kind of long-winded. I know that kind of did take a while, but that is pretty much the explanation of this armor overhaul right here. Anyways guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. That is all for now. I'm going to try my best to have some more gameplay videos this week. I might post one on Friday as well. Actually, I don't even know. Is this coming out Friday? Because I'm recording this late. But I will have more gameplay videos out in the future with some of the combos that I have set up. There are some crazy combos that you can set up. So like imagine the Legion bonus speed from heavy, so you get 20% more bonus speed with heavy. Then there's also a perk for heavy for the default gear for heavy that you had before. It was you get 5% speed every kill you got. If you upgrade that to Mark 5, you can get 7% more speed, and it could stack 3 times. So I can get 21% speed, plus the 20% speed from the Legion armor bonus, plus another 10% from my teammate. So I could have a heavy player running around with an extra 50% speed bonus, and it's going to be legit without hacks. So yeah, I'll have some more videos of the crazy combos that I have made. That's just some of my thoughts of the update so far. That's pretty much the overview of the update, at least the armor overhaul so far. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. That is all for now. This is Hax, and I will see you next time. Peace.